Good morning, everybody. Happy Monday. And welcome back to the Engine Builder Show. For our show today, Gabe will be sharing with us the three things he believes are required of entrepreneurs in our current economy. If you like the sound of that, sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. Good morning, everybody.
There was always a ton to learn. Good morning, everyone. I hope you're doing well and hope you had an awesome weekend, or whenever you get to catch this, you're having an awesome day. And just like Jethro said, I want to talk to you a little bit today about what I think is required, what I believe is required of entrepreneurs during this current economic season that we're in. Because anytime there's a downturn, a change, anything big like that happening, it's really important that we're aware of it as entrepreneurs and that we use the opportunity to grow, improve, and change. And I remember back when COVID hit, one of my mentors said to me, he said, "Never waste a good crisis." And at first I was like, "What do you mean? Like that seems like a crazy thing to say." And he said, "Whenever you have a crisis, it's your opportunity to really evaluate things and make changes, updates in your company. If it's time to change processes, when there is a big event that happens, this is the time to really make changes, to your entrepreneurial walk, your strategy, to your business. And it's a great opportunity to just use that large or small shock that may be occurring to help you really make a change." And so as we're in the midst of a recession, we have, interest rates going up. We have a lot of things happening. And it's key for us to realize as entrepreneurs that it's our mindset that really matters the most when we go through times like this, because with the right mindset, we can grow and improve and change. With the wrong mindset, we get stuck and we start behaving like or thinking like the rest of the world. And as entrepreneurs, that's not what we're called to do. We're really the leaders, the game changers, the people that are going to go out and solve problems. And over and over, anytime I've seen economic challenges or big changes in the world, that's when entrepreneurs step up and solve the problems. And so this is an opportunity for you to really grow and change. And this week is all about mindset. That's what we're going to be talking about on the show. And so it's important to me to just share with you the things that I believe are going to help you overcome what's happening today. And honestly, this approach, these mindset tools, these beliefs are going to help you overcome whatever's happening, even if it's just something that's going on with you personally. If you learn these things, they will help you overcome what's happening now and the challenges that you are definitely going to face in the future. Because as entrepreneurs, our job is to solve problems. And so problems are always going to be coming our way. So the first thing that I think is really a requirement in any type of struggle, any type of season like this, is to remember to play the long game. Because if we allow ourselves to listen to maybe what our friends or family are saying, or what we see in our social, feed, or what we read in the news, if we put ourselves in a state of reaction, we're just reacting to what we're seeing and what people are doing, we can instantly get our mindset, our focus, our energy, everything off course. And we can start to believe what in general comes from an entertainment channel. And that's just in my experience, and if anyone with tons of research and having lived through this, what we view on quote unquote news stations, whether it's, we're reading the news, watching the news, whatever it might be, their job is to get us to view that and to click. And so if you're going to do that, you need to be entertaining, you need to be interesting, you need to be shocking. And so they're just doing their job. I don't agree with the approach, but that is their job and it's how it's done. And so we have to be careful to not allow something that is built to be sensationalized, something that was built for marketers. I'm all for entertainment and news and all those things from a marketing standpoint, but we need to realize what they are and treat them accordingly. Radio was invented for advertisers. Newspapers were invented for advertisers, and all media has followed that path as it's grown. Same thing with social media. So the things that get the biggest reaction, the biggest play, get us the most caught off guard, those are the things that get promoted and pushed because it plays into human psychology. And so if you allow all of that noise to dictate how you're going to behave, then you're going to struggle. So play the long game. and realize that in the season that we're in, it's just like any other economic cycle. Most of the time, if you look back historically, you will see that, recessions, depressions, all of those things that we experience economically here in the United States, which impact the rest of the world, since we're a leading currency right now, all of those things are temporary. They're typically 3 to 6 months, and we're over the worst of it because our economy gets smarter and smarter. And what a lot of folks don't realize is that our economy is just you and me and millions of other people. It's all our sentiment, our views, our beliefs. And so we can impact that for our own microeconomy that we're running. But we can also realize that in playing the long game and thinking long term, this is just a blip on the radar, and it's not going to have a huge negative impact on us if we stay focused on that long game. The second thing to really pay attention to is that those who provide value will always win in the end. I remember talking to my CPA, Tim Petrie, years ago it was like 2010, 2011, right in that time frame. So over 10 years ago. And we were still kind of coming out of the 07, 08 crash that occurred primarily in the real estate market, but it impacted everything else. And he, Tim told me back then, he said, these are the times where entrepreneurs can really grow. There's great opportunities now to help people that are struggling and stuck, and to buy businesses maybe that are failing, to take on customers that can't get served from a business that went out of business. Whatever it is, there's just a lot of opportunity if you look at how do you provide value. And in times like this, it's easy to provide value by going above and beyond. One of the things that my CPA, Tim, did for me years ago back then is I was really struggling financially because I had lost a business in the housing market crash. And so he gave me a ton of value, worked out amazing payment terms with me, and let me get back on my feet. And now he is the number one guy that I refer to anybody that needs a CPA nationwide here. His firm is called HD Davis. And so you can look them up. HD Davis is the name of his company. So I refer him, everybody, but just as importantly, he has a customer for life. And him and his team have always said, how do we show up, provide the most value, and get the best results for our clients? Because if we do that, everything else will work out in the end, is his mindset, what he's told me. And I've seen him live it out for over a decade now. And when we take that approach, it means that we're going to look at each client that we're serving. I encourage you to do the same thing and say, okay, what do they really need to thrive during this season? And what things do they not need? And make decisions that serve the client and keep them healthy. Because we have something here at Business Marketing Engine that we live out called the circle of life. And it says, if it's good for the company, then that's one of the requirements. If it's good for our team, that's another requirement. And if it's good for the client, then that's another requirement. If all three of those things are met to the best of our ability, then we have a decision that benefits everybody. Because if we take care of our company and we stay healthy, it means we can serve our team and keep them healthy and paid and everything. So if the company's profitable, it means we can grow and the team keeps growing and keeps getting taken care of. If the team's really well taken care of, they're going to take great care of our clients and make decisions that are in the best interest of the client. And then that means the client will be able to continue to pay the company indefinitely. It's a never-ending circle of life. And so when we get to that level in making decisions of what's best for our company, what's best for our team, and what's best for our clients, when we look at that and say, how do we provide a ton of value to everyone involved, and specifically our clients, it just allows them to grow through and survive and go through whatever they're going through, and it helps them grow, and ultimately it helps us grow. And so the same approach is what I would encourage you to do, where how do I provide the maximum value during these challenging, times to the clients, customers that you're serving, because that's what's going to help you grow. And it helps you stay focused on something you can control. You can control how you show up, what your attitude is, what you deliver, staying with giving maximum value to your clients. When you focus on that, all of this other external noise of what's going on in the economy, or maybe there's challenging things, or maybe you do lose a few clients, all of those things are kind of peripheral noise, and you can stay the course. Impact. And when you provide value, you always win and you will always grow. Sometimes I've seen people go through that and realize that they're going to provide value in a completely different space because the economy has impacted part of their business. Oftentimes, though, I see people double down and say, how do we keep showing up? How do we get amazing results? And how do we serve our clients? And they fly through economic times like this and grow immensely. So that's definitely something I would encourage you just to look at is how do we provide more value? The more value you provide, the more income you will have over time. And that's what really matters. The third thing to keep in mind is that your ability to practice self-care and endure adversity are really key. I was talking to a friend of mine who's going through a challenging time right now. And I said to them, I know this is a lot of adversity for you right now. I know you're going through a lot personally, and it's tough at work and where you're living and like stuff that's going on with your kid. But I said to them, if you're just push through this with a positive attitude, learn as much as you possibly can, and take this adversity as a gift that it is, then there's going to be so many other things in your life that come next that are going to be easier, that you're going to be well equipped for because you went through this situation with intention and mindfulness, taking care of yourself and just practicing that endurance. And so I would encourage you to do the same thing, no matter what you're facing today, whether it is part of this economic situation, if there's some other challenge in your business, the more that you show up, for yourself by practicing self-care and, push through that adversity and you just keep going, it's going to put you in a position where you're able to thrive, and it's going to really make a difference in the long run. So the adversity that we're facing today is going to be your strength, your foundation, and the gift that you're given for the future when you really need it. So I hope that serves you well. I look forward to talking to you tomorrow on the show. And if you need anything, you can reach out, you can comment down below, or you can visit businessmarketingengine.com.